Hello everybody, how are you doing? Time for the digital marketing news this week. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Some really big news this week. Amazing how much news there is every week in digital marketing. Tech is moving fast. So first thing is Facebook is offering tips on auto captions in videos. So now you can do automated captions that show up on your videos on Facebook, which is great. So you don't need to use a third-party service for that anymore. But what they say is there's a couple things you need to do. So first, use them because it's really important for people who are visually impaired. So make sure that you're enabling these auto captions. Second, and these are really the 3 points that they have following. The first is you need to capture clear audio, use a microphone, and deliver clean audio. You can use an audio cleaner. But if you don't have good audio, then they can't create the captions. Next thing, WordPress is rolling out a feature to publish blog posts as Twitter threads. So this feature will actually let you have your whole blog essentially go over to WordPress as a Twitter thread. So that might be something that's interesting to test out. I'm not sure. Seems like a little bit of a silly idea to me. I'm not sure why they would put so much emphasis and effort into that project. But that is something that you can do now. There might be certain situations when that makes sense. If you're doing an interactive campaign, trying to make something go viral, or just, involve a lot of people from Twitter. So think about the right strategy behind that new technique. Next thing, this is pretty big. So YouTube is moving closer to e-commerce. So they're really trying to revamp the website so that you can tag products inside of videos. So if I wanted to right now, I got a soccer ball right here. If I wanted to right now, I could say, hey, I love this soccer ball, right? And then you could click on that. You could then go buy this MLS edition soccer ball, and you could complete the entire checkout process for this soccer ball all inside of YouTube natively, much like you can with Instagram. And like Instagram and like Facebook, how they've integrated with Shopify, YouTube is looking to do the same thing. So go ahead and give that a shot when it fully rolls out. Next thing is Google has shared SEO tips for single page apps. So there's this big thing in SEO about JavaScript and Angular and React and these different lightweight, really cool frameworks that make pages fast and deploy tons of multimedia really quickly. But the issue is they often don't do very well on the search engine optimization side because Google can't pick them up. So I have personally worked with many websites to fix issues that they have with this. And then this week, Google came out with these new tips around this. So here's what they said. Cover all code paths. That means you need to test for all scenarios and make sure you can handle them. For example, if your app fetches a visitor's location info but can't find it, then it needs to know what to do in that situation rather than just assuming it will always get it to the user's location. Next thing, treat views as URLs. This is a good one. It's possible to change views in a single page app without changing URLs. Make sure that doesn't happen in your app or you'll have problems with SEO. In fact, the large media companies that I've worked with have all had this issue. They don't treat a view as a URL. They just treat a view as something that just kind of refreshes on that page. Next thing, basic, make sure you optimize your titles and descriptions. And then finally, handle errors correctly. Some single page apps show 200 response, even when the visitor enters an invalid URL. That should generate a 404 response, people. All right. Next thing, Google has temporarily disabled the request indexing feature. So you can request to have a page indexed inside of Google. A lot of people do this when they recently update a web page. They want to get it indexed quick, see if it shoots to the top. I've done that quite a few times in my day. That is not working now. It'll come back soon once they're done with infrastructure updates. Next, this is super exciting. Google Analytics 4 is here. I believe it's 4. So the new Google Analytics, and I'm really pumped up about this for a couple of reasons. I'm so obsessed with digital strategy and forecasting and data right now. So here are the 4 big changes that are coming to this new version of Google Analytics. Smarter analytics. You get alerts about important data. Google Analytics already has something called intelligent events. Actually, I just did a video on this last week. You can check it out on the YouTube channel on 4 things you can do to see if market demand is going up or going down for your industry. But anyway, so they have something called intelligent events. It looks like they're pulling this in more, and they're going to be using this with the aid of machine learning to use data to proactively adapt your marketing campaigns to future actions customers might take, right? That's the future of digital marketing, everybody. We're working on that quite a bit here and doing it for a lot of clients. Next thing, better ads integration. Create audiences filled with people who will respond to your ad campaigns. You can do that because GA now offers enhanced integration with Google Ads. So that's super powerful. Additionally, the tool also integrates better with YouTube to give you even more insights about how people will engage with your brand. Really exciting. Customer-centric data. Use identity spaces to gather customer-focused data on people who visit your site. That info will help you learn more about your visitors, such as whether they first discovered your site from a web ad or some other channel, and then also new data controls. Choose when and how you use customer data. You might, for example, want to use data to optimize ads in some instances. In other cases, you prefer to use it for measurement only. Exciting. Think about all the ways you can use that for your marketing. I cannot wait to get in there and make some stuff happen. Next thing, Facebook limits WordPress embeds. Now you have to be approved if you want to embed something from like a video from Facebook or Instagram. If you want to embed that on your WordPress site, you have to be approved and verified. Next thing, digital marketing is in demand. I can tell you for sure that's the case, but a new study comes out from LinkedIn that says that it's a very important skill for businesses. Next thing, Google says that reconsideration requests, so if you get a penalty inside of Google, a reconsideration request can take a few months. So don't do anything shady, people, because it can take a couple months before you get back into Google. All right, and then another really, really big story that came out. So Google said that they're now using something called BERT, which basically looks at AI and user intent inside of search queries. That's now rolling out to 100% of queries. Before, it was only 10%. They also said that now they have the ability to better index subtopics on a page, so they can jump to a subtopic on a page. They can also jump to a subtopic on a video, and videos are going to be making up more like 10% of some of the queries out there, like they've done with Bing. So we're seeing a pretty big shift in SEO. If you want to learn more about that, 2 days ago, we did a webinar called Rank Number 1 in 2021. We did that on our, we did a bunch of people, there's over 200 people. It's on our YouTube channel now, and we talk about the future of search. And I'm so excited about it, so much better. And we've got these specific strategies and modules and things that you can do to a page so that you can really get the most visibility in your particular niche going into next year. It's a good move. Finally, our marketer of the week this week is Bazoma St. John, who's CMO at Netflix. And the reason is because Netflix has added more than 5 million subscribers during this period. They have the highest stock price of all time, and they've just really done a fantastic job there. And I love Netflix. I watch it all the time. That's it for the digital marketing news this week. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment. I love chatting with you online. That's why I do these videos. Can't wait to see you next week. Have a great day. Goodbye.